What do you want, laughing girl?
Hee hee hee.
Oh, tee hee hee.
That guy gets so worked up that he turns red like a tomato. He looks so dumb.
The end. Just what he's always like, apparently. Hello.
I'm the teardrop man.
Oop. Business looks slow right now.
So I hear you two are into puzzles. I can tell. It's obvious from the way you're ogling these coins. You can smell it, can't you? Well, you're right. There's a puzzle in these coins. Here, have a look.
The way that lines are segmented trip me up sometimes. It's like you click and then instead of starting a new line, it's just like, here's 2 more words as a treat. In the drawing below, 10 coins are arranged to form an equilateral triangle. The triangle's pointing up right now, but can you get it to point down by moving 3 of the coins? Yes. Bajoop, bajoop, bajoop. I have passed the IQ test. I have 200 IQ. Is what it feels like. It's like computer IQ tests. Wee. Alright.
Luke, here's my answer.
Da 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 da. That's right. The interesting thing about this puzzle is that the way the whole triangle changes shape with the simple shifting of a few coins. The trick is to think about the corners on the first triangle. Then it's easy to make the changes that you need to make. Okay, I thought that might be interesting because there's more text, but it wasn't interesting.
Yep, it's just as I thought. You guys are a bunch of puzzle nuts. St Mystere is full of puzzle lovers like you two, but not all of them are nice like me. Watch your back. Oh, here I come. I'm the puzzle mugger. Sorry, I don't have a puzzle for you now. I'll have one for you next time we bump into each other.
Hey, this is your first time here, isn't it? Well, if you're looking for a warm meal and a hot cup of tea, you've come to the right place.
Strange, it should be so empty if the food's as good as you say.
Hey now, boy. No need to be snippy. That's just how the restaurant business is. There are times where the place is packed and times where things are quiet. If it was always the lunch rush, how would I ever prepare food for the rest of the day? Oh, speaking of preparation, I've got myself a little problem on my hands. You see, I've got to divide this 8-quart pitcher of juice into 2 equal portions. However, for the life of me, I can't seem to find my measuring cup. No, we're about to play the 3 jugs puzzle. I wonder if there's some way I could do it using these 5 3/4 pitchers I found. No! We're doing the freaking 3 jug puzzle. I'm surprising myself with voices a little bit, but I guess these characters' designs give me stuff. They're like evocative in a way. I don't like necessarily have like a stable of voices that are named and practiced that I can just like think of on a whim all the time. So I'm playing something like Final Fantasy 14. It's hard to think of voices sometimes because everyone looks the same in that game. Like they're all, by which I mean they're all like character creator characters. So it's like, here is what a human looks like. Here is what an elf looks like. So they all kind of look the same as each other with some variety, but like they're not like characters. Like these people are like really cartoony, and so I like have some kind of gut reaction to each one. Sometimes I forget that I actually do some voices. Here we have an 8-quart pitcher filled with juice, an empty 5-quart pitcher, and an empty 3-quart pitcher. The pitchers are unmarked, and your task is to divide the 8 quarts of juice so that both the 5-quart pitcher and the 8-quart pitcher are holding exactly 4 quarts. 4 quarts and 7 years ago. Alright, so it's the 3 jugs puzzle, which I've never necessarily actually gotten better at, but here it is. I figure we want to split it up as much as possible to give myself the most tools to play with. Is basically the idea that I got. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Not sure if that helped. If I'm being honest. So these going into a 5 would give me a 1. Would that be helpful? I got a 1. Did I want a 1? This 5 going into the 2 would give me a 3, and then oops, stay. And then you get a 4. There we go. That's actually probably pretty fast. Correct. Shortest possible moves. 7 moves. I think that's what I did. Maybe. These liquid distribution problems have been around for ages, and some even have been spotted in Japanese texts from hundreds of years ago. Wow, it really is an elder puzzle. I call them elder puzzles, but I got that from a rock, paper, shotgun article at some point. Is what they called them, but it's just like puzzles you see way too fucking much. And when you play, there's 2 places you primarily see them. One is games where every puzzle is supposed to be unique-ish, like this, or a few other ones. So like eventually it's just like, oh, you're gonna have lights out, you're gonna have unblock me, you're gonna have the 3 jugs puzzle, and so on and so forth. And then the other place is, I guess, the same concept, but escape rooms. Escape rooms are full of Elder's puzzles. I guess no, that's the same example. Never mind. Escape rooms are an example of games where you're supposed to have pretty much unique puzzles all the way through. The second example I meant to mention was RPGs. BioWare games in particular have a long history of just like, we're gonna have a puzzle now! But they don't like design a puzzle. They just use one of the puzzles that's in every game. And you're like, come on, man. Not even Novaria, my favorite place, is free of that. So I like the planet Novaria in Mass Effect 1, but like that one part with the AI or whatever, it's like, here's Towers of Hanoi. You're like, oh fuck. By the way, I look forward to Towers of Hanoi, I'm sure. Ah, so that's how it's done. Great thinking. Thanks a lot. If I ever have troubles like this again, would you mind if I call on you for help? I got long enough of a break between doing the voice that I kind of forgot how to do the voice. I'm like, how did it sound a minute ago? I'm just not very consistent. Well, I'm stocking up on these things. Also, there's a billion of them, apparently. I guess they're just a few systems for hinting at how many puzzles you might be missing. I don't know when the last time it was I saved. There you go. Don't pay attention to my time played, it's full of downtime. Or AFK. It is not helpful. Can I interest you in a beverage? We've got great sandwiches, too. No. Puzzle Boy does not eat. Oops. Actually, is there any... Nope. Nope, no more directions in this room. The right should be where we came from, so let's go further down. Oh. That filthy jar reminds me of a puzzle I once heard. 20 picarets. A glass jar holds a single germ. After 1 minute, the germ splits into 2 germs. 1 minute after that, the 2 germs each split again, forming a total of 4 germs. Continuing at this rate, a single germ can multiply to fill the whole jar in exactly 1 hour. Knowing this, how long in minutes would it take to fill the jar if you had started with 2 germs? 59 minutes. Yeah, 59. Because it doubles every time, so 1 minute earlier. Right? I think so.
Well, here's my guess.
Ta-da! You're just being ahead by 1. Ta-da! The answer is 59 minutes. You're spot on. Excellent job. The jar is actually kind of neat. Why don't we take it with us? But my boy, it's covered in grime. What's this? Something is hidden inside the jar. I think you're right. Luke, reach your hand in and see what's inside, will you? Gross. I got a squap. I got my squap from my squap collection. I'm collecting squap. End of discussion. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, it probably goes right about there. I don't know about this one to be entirely sure. It looks like there's a chair here, there's a window, but these don't fit together. There's a color gradient. It doesn't matter. I have very few of them. What kind of lout just throws garbage wherever he pleases? Open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This park is so overgrown, it looks more like a forest. Professor, there she is. Quickly then, use the fish bones. Here, Claudia, come here, girl. Meow. Cat noises. We've done it, Professor. Here she comes. Excellent. Now we can head back to Reinhold Manor. We did the thing. Now the plot can start, maybe. Or never. I don't know, knock yourself out. Having successfully caught Claudia, Professor Layton and Luke decide to head back to Reinhold Manor. Are you going to do that for me, or are you becoming accustomed to moving around and investigating St Mystere? Here's some advice to keep your investigation running smoothly. Some puzzles will disappear from their location in town as story progresses. Cool, thanks for that bit of paranoia, love ya! But there's no need to worry. Most of the unsolved puzzles are sent to Granny Riddleton's shack in the village square. Okay. Visit often to track down puzzles you passed up and work towards completing every puzzle in the game. Okay. That's good to know. Something doesn't seem quite right, Professor. Professor, oh, it's simply awful. Please come quickly. What's the matter, Matthew? If you're worried about the cat, we've brought her back safe and sound. One horror frame of cat. Oh, well, Madam will be very happy to hear that. But this is no time to worry about a cat. Just hurry upstairs, right this way, please. Oh, he has very tiny arms. So you're the famous Professor Layton, then. The name's Chelmy? Inspector Chelmy. I'm the inspector on this case. Well, I'd hardly call it a case. If this is about Claudia, we've brought her back safe and sound. Oh, Claudia, my baby! Mama missed you so much. What's this cat doing here? Why on earth would you bring an animal into a crime scene? Have some sense. We were out when this crime took place and don't know what's going on. Could you please fill us in? There's been a murder, Professor. A man was killed here. What? Who was murdered? The victim was a resident of this address, one Simon Reinhold. Simon was. Oh shit! People die in this game? It's not where I thought this was going. Approximately 2 hours ago, I received a report that a man had collapsed at Reinhold Manor. Upon arrival at the scene, it was apparent to me that Simon was already dead. I see. And the cause of death? I'm currently conducting an investigation to look into it. I'll let you know right now, Mr. Layton, I'm looking at you as a potential suspect as well. The rest of the details concerning this investigation are classified. I'm a suspect? Well, good news. I talked to everyone in town over the course of when this murder happened, so there's a very clear trail of where I was the whole time. Speaking of the details, who placed the call to the authorities? Are your ears clogged? You deaf? Didn't I just tell you those details are classified? Alright, everyone, I'll be taking statements from each of you in the other room. Come in one by one. And let me make this clear, under no circumstances is anyone to leave until I've talked to everyone. Well, did not know this was the plot of the game. I did figure we were investigating the murder of, we're investigating someone's death, and like, I did wonder, like, maybe they were murdered, whoa. I wasn't expecting people to start actively popping up dead before the story even starts. Imagine a murder in this very house. Brings a chill to my spine, it does. You're a detective, are you not? Do hurry and find the monster that did this. My good sir, I am no detective. But I agree that your concerns are certainly warranted. No one is safe until that criminal is behind bars. My sentiments exactly. I just don't understand it. Simon could be snide, but he wasn't the type to be hated. If the criminal was after my brother's fortune, I could very well be this fiend's next target. You have a point. If we narrow the motive to stealing the Reinhold fortune, there are a few potential suspects. Good gracious, you don't think I'd do something like this now? Simon and I got along very well, I'll have you know. He wasn't very close with Augustus, though. You know, all this talk of families has me contemplating a puzzle I once heard. Of course. Anyway, unrelated puzzle, let's go. The, like, it's that guy, right? The guy that showed up for 1 second, like, I'm the villain! It's probably that guy. Nobody knows about him yet, I guess, but yeah, it's probably him. 6 brothers have gathered around a table to eat dinner. Each of the brothers is prone to fighting with siblings directly above and below him in age and can't be seated next to either of them. Also, brothers 3 and 5 got into an argument the other day and refused to sit next to each other. The eldest brother, brother 1, has already sat down in the big table and is waiting on the others to start eating. Can you find a seating arrangement that will keep everyone from fighting with each other? 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Okay. I'm guessing their age. I'm guessing their ages are their numbers. So you just can't have 2 consecutive numbers, and also 3 and 5 can't be next to each other. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 2. Five, 4, 6. 1 can't be next to 6. 6 probably doesn't matter actually, but can't be next to 2. 3 can't be next. Oop. One, 4, 2. Okay, 4 can't be next to 3 or 5. 2 can't be next to 3. 2 can't be next to 1 or 3. 5 can't, yep, there we go. 5 can't be next to 4 or 6. 2 can't be next to 1 or 3. 4 can't be next to 3 or 5. 6 can't be next to 5. 3 can't be next to 2 or 4. 1 can't be next to 2. I think I did it.
How does this sound?
Should the boys have shown, there shouldn't be any trouble. The mirror image of the seating arrangement is also a valid answer. Finally, a meal in peace. Oh yes, so that's the answer. Thank you for clearing that up with our puzzle. But we're no still closer to finding Simon's killer. The tone of this game in a nutshell, I guess. Thank you for clearing up that puzzle, but we're still no closer to finding Simon's killer. What an absurd sentence. I assure you I had nothing to do with it, so please go out and find the real murderer. Of course. I understand your position. It appears I am a suspect too. I'll find out what I can. Gizmo, for some reason. I am just lousy with gizmos. Look at me go. Whoa, that's a big one. Matthew, did you notice any strange characters around the manor at the time of the incident? Not a soul, I'm afraid. I didn't even know about Master Simon until Inspector Chalmers showed up. And where is Simon's body now? I didn't see this, but I was told the inspector carried the body out shortly after arriving. He is the murderer, and now he wants to kill us all one by one during our interviews. I see. Well, it looks like, for the moment, we are without a lead on this case. But you know, I found this in the room where Master Simon's body was discovered. It's a gear that looks communist. What is this? I'm sorry to say, but I have no idea. But I thought it might be a clue, so I made sure to hold on to it. Amazing. It's a cog so small that one could search the room and miss it. Look, it has an engraving. A small cog. Now that you mention it, I know a puzzle about an object that almost fits that description. What? Are you joking? A puzzle at a time like this? Alright, at least one character is aware of how bizarre this is. Find the dot. You were holding an 8-pointed shape with a red dot on it. If you hold the shape so that the red dot is in position, shown in diagram A, then flip it over, you'll see a black dot as described below. Flip it over that way. Now assume you were holding the shape as shown on the left side of diagram B. Where will the black dot be when you flip the shape over? You're flipping it over on that axis. Draw a circle around where you think the black dot should go. So 2 there. It should be here. Then it flips over, so it's a dot getaway.
That should do it.
Oh fuck.
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Focus on the relationship between the points in the front and back sides of the shape. I goofed him. Oh fuck. Right, it's here. Which makes it there. So it's 2 clockwise. So it's there. Which makes it there. I fucked up pretty bad there. Whoops.
Luke, here's my answer.
Measure twice, cut once, bud.
Another puzzle solved.
I solved it. I know the answer. My apologies, but I'm afraid I don't know anything that would aid in your investigation. But I did cost you some picartos or whatever they're called, so... Bleh? Not at all. This small gear is more than enough for us to go on. But I do wonder why you're giving this to us. I believe you are a good man, Professor. I'm confident that you will put the whole of this puzzle together. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Matthew. More gizmo. I require additional gizmo. These are coming in way faster than the other stuff, but I have no idea how many there are. Whereas the painting has a clear answer of how many there are of that. Oh, hello. Is this everyone who was present at the site of the crime? I believe we are missing Ramon, sir. Ramon? Where is he, and what on earth is he doing? Matthew, fetch Ramon at once. To be honest, madam, I'm thinking on it, I've not seen Ramon for a few hours now. What? Don't tell me he was taken as well. Or is the murderer? No, hold on a moment. He's a suspect too. Perhaps he fled the scene of the crime. Where could he be at a time like this? What if the murderer got Ramon too? Raymond, maybe? Might be Raymond. Used to it's being spelled Raymond with a D, so I'm not entirely sure. Hey, where did Lady Dahlia go? I believe Madam has retired to the adjoining room to relax on her own. She's a strong woman, but it's only natural she'd need rest after a terrible event like this. Very well then. Would you please let her know that I have something I'd like to talk to her about? But of course, Professor, please wait here. Lady Dahlia might act like an ice queen, but I guess even she was shaken by today's events. Luke, if you wish to ever become a true gentleman, you'll need to start showing a little more sensitivity. Oh, of course, Professor. I apologize. That was wrong of me. I was gonna say, y'all are just continually commenting on her gender and how she expresses it in a way that you don't with anyone else. Madam will see you now. Just head back through that doorway on the left. Oopsie. Ah. Never been in here before. Flowers. The entire garden is visible from this window. Whoa. I better make sure I don't knock that over. The floor has been buffed to a glossy shine. Lady Dahlia, I have a deep suspicion this murder is connected to the mystery of the golden apple. What? It's too early to say for sure, but I think it's highly probable the two matters are linked. And you think that Raymond is somehow involved in all this? Potentially, yes. However, as of yet, we don't have enough information to draw any solid conclusions. I see. If that's the case, I have a request for you, Professor. Find Raymond and bring him back here to me. It sickens me that I'm considered a suspect in this brutal crime. I must prove my innocence at once. As you wish, Lady Dahlia. We will ask around town to see what we can find. I appreciate your help, Professor. Well then, I'll be awaiting the good news in the parlor. Ah, that's the guy that went missing. Okay, I was trying to think of who they meant. The missing servant. Comb St Mystere for clues about Raymond's disappearance. Much like in the Souls games, everybody in this game does a spooky laugh, so you can't tell who the bad guy is.